She said, right, question number 10, am I prepared to work within the code of conduct of Marie Curie? And I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, in that case, you need to take your cross off. And I said, no, I don't. My name's Derek Timms. I'm a volunteer chaplain. I've been doing that for 5 years at Marie Curie. And recently I've left my post because they've told me that I couldn't wear a cross. I just find it amazing to think that you look at the size of that cross. It's so small that it can cause such a reaction. And when I walk into a room wearing the cross, I suspect, depending on what clothing I'm wearing, that people don't even notice it. As far as crosses were concerned, there's no way I was ever going to take either of those crosses off. No one was going to let me offend God, and no one was going to let me show disrespect to my own wife. I've worn a cross, which is this cross here. I've worn that for 14 years. I've never had a problem with anyone wearing my cross. And in the 4 years that I've worked for Marie Curie, I've had no problems wearing a cross. So to suddenly be told by the new chaplain at Marie Curie that I shouldn't wear my cross just took me so much by surprise. She said to me that Marie Curie are changing chaplaincy name to spiritual carer, or it might be spiritual advisor. And they're saying that we should be looking at the spiritual needs of the patient. And if the spiritual needs of the patient is not religious, wearing a cross could put them off explaining what it was. And I said, well, I don't think it does, and it never has. This was like a re-interview of my job. She asked me 9 questions or thereabout. She told me that there was no discussion in these questions. I was to give an answer, but she wouldn't discuss them. But at the end of the 9 questions, she said, well, you've answered all these 9 questions really well. But she said, right, question number 10, am I prepared to work within the code of conduct of Marie Curie? And I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, in that case, you need to take your cross off. And I said, no, I don't, because there's nowhere in there that says I should take my cross off. To which she said, well, you're wrong. So I said, well, in that case, then it's a waste of time me going any further. Here's my lanyard. I then spoke to Christian Concern. I had the meeting with the head of Marie Curie, and as we sat down, the first thing she said was, you have to accept my apology. It should never have been said to you that you can't wear your cross. And the chaplain was totally out of order. She apologised for any distress she'd caused me. I then asked for the information in writing, which the lady did offer, and 2 days later I had an email. I confirm that currently we have neither the organisational or uniform policy that would support our recent request for you to remove your cross while supporting patients and families in the hospice. I apologise unreservedly for the distress that we have caused, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Best wishes. I was prepared to stand up for my rights. Unfortunately, there are some people who, for various reasons, would have found it very difficult to have stood up to this situation. The great thing about this now is that I will be able to think to myself, no other chaplain should have to go through what I've gone through, and they'll be able to wear their cross wherever it is.